My count was almost right on.
That was pretty good.
Although I never count 2 like this because I'm a baseball player, baseball coach. 2 is always like
this way.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everyone wonders why, and it's because from the outfield, this could look like 1. Like from a distance. Like if you're an outfielder back at the fence.
It's always been cooler.
Right, but I think that's the reason why, though. This could be viewed as 1 from the third baseman from the right fielder.
When you're calling curveball, it's this way too,
right?
Isn't it?
But that's the same reason. You can't confuse this as 1 when they're like that.
Right.
So anyway.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is TRS Live, the Monday edition. We got Dylan's in the chat, Daryl's and
what's up, Dylan?
Tim's a new name. I haven't seen Tim in there.
Morning, Tim. Traverse City, Michigan. I was just up in the UP this weekend snowmobiling.
That's okay.
Not anywhere near, not anywhere near Traverse City, but I was up in the UP, up by Ontonagon,
and
it was fun. Put on almost 300 miles in 2 days.
So you're snowmobiling?
Oh yeah.
How were the conditions?
Trails were good in the morning, but there's so much traffic up there right now because northern Wisconsin's just not.
There's no snow.
There's snow, but not like it could be.
Yep.
And it's real north. It's like in that Mercer, Boulder Junction, like way up north.
Yep.
So all of the people that usually ride in Rhinelander and Eagle River, all that stuff, there's just not as much snow as there normally is. And it's still kind of early from a snowmobiling standpoint. So a lot of those people are picking up from Minocqua area is real light on snow. Those people are all running up north. So trails are great in the morning because they do a pretty good job of, the UP is kind of like a snowmobiling destination. Like that's what they do. And they're, they groom them every night and whatever. But by 1, 2 o'clock, they just turn into moguls. It's really bad. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's just the suspensions on the sleds just create we took a trail in the morning, Saturday morning, went about 30 miles and we were going 50, 55 the whole way. It's just perfect. It was like, this is awesome.
Yep.
Took another couple trails and we took that same one back up to our hotel that night and it took us 20 miles of this. Brutal.
Is it like a boat? Like if you go faster, you skip across it?
To a point. Well, these get big.
Yep.
You're going maybe 30. Oh. And then the new sleds now, you can stand up on them, which is awesome.
Yeah. So
it's literally just stand up and but it's hard on your hands.
Yep.
My son Nolan was with us. This is his first year riding by himself. Like he's a really good rider. He's 12. But he's been riding machines forever now, but this is the first year he was like trail legal. So he passed snowmobile safety and all that stuff. And the kid's a trooper. He just gives her back there, keeps up the whole time. Yeah. He's a better rider than I am, to be honest.
So are you like wolves, like meaning like the leaders in the front, but you don't put like the slowest one in the way back, right? They're kind of in the middle.
Typically you want your leader up in the front and then you want an experienced rider in the back that can kind of whatever. So typically if our whole family goes, my oldest son Jimmy will be in the back just because he likes to boondog it and whatever anyways, which is fine. He's 19, go do your thing, but at least he's back there in case my wife has problems or whatever.
Somebody breaks down.
And I mean, be honest, I'm old enough now where how fast I get somewhere really isn't the goal anymore.
Yep.
Like it, you know what I mean? Like it used to be, you were probably the same way, right? Like how fast can I do stupid shit?
Yeah.
That was like my daily thing. Like how fast can I wake up and do something really dumb fast? Like I'll go fast and do something stupid.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it was a good weekend.
Nice.
There's tons of snow up there, but like I said, there's so much pressure that by early afternoon, the trails are just garbage.
So then they get them all night, right? Yep. And then they're good.
Yeah, they're good to go the next morning. It's just that afternoon, evening stuff's terrible.
So big shout out to the groomers because that's a lot of late nights then.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're all night long. Yeah. Oh yeah, groomers are awesome. There's actually a new app I saw. It's called. I saw when I was up there. What's the name of it again?
Groom with it.
It's called Groomer Tracker.
Okay.
And you can actually pay. It's $10 a year per snowmobile club to get like actual live GPS updates of where the groomer was for the last 24 hours.
Nice.
Which is awesome. And the $10 to me is totally worth it. Like the machinery they're using, pulling around, like these are huge machines.
Yep.
The upkeep on those can't be cheap. Honestly, they could probably charge $10 a month and I'd still pay it,
right?
Just to support the clubs.
Well, yeah, because I mean, ideally, it's only like a $40 charge if it was monthly.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Now there's a lot of clubs. Like I probably downloaded 5 or 6.
So
each
it's
club
per club
section.
Okay.
But again, you're passing through all of their territory, so to speak, and it was. I mean, without them, you're going to really be on some washboardy crap, right?
Well, yeah, and the landowners, I mean, a lot of that stuff. When I had my house in New London, I had snowmobile trails go through, and there's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Well,
cleaning. Like, they had a lot of stuff with the storms we've had the last couple of years, right? So cleaning the trails, keeping landowners happy, making sure that if the snowmobile's washed out a corner, you're fixing it. I mean, yeah, it's
signage.
A lot of work.
They're signing early. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So you can see Bob's in here, and got a big shout out to Bob for helping us last week with our ice reports on the Bay of Green Bay, that southeast portion.
And that's on Fixed TV, right?
That's on Fixed TV,
but it's free on Fixed TV.
It's fixed, yeah. So
if you download, so the ice report's something. So a couple of things that are free. A lot of it on Fixed TV is behind the paywall.
Yep.
But some of the things that are free are the live shopping shows, obviously.
Yep.
And the ice report, because I feel like I don't want to charge somebody to keep them safe. That's not really what we're about. So you can download the Fixed TV app for free.
Yep.
And you can still watch the ice reports when we post them on there.
And without Bob on that day, like I was talking to Scott on the way back from that trip, and I'm like, having these knowledgeable people, these reputable people on those bodies of water just make this so much easier, because like it'd be me going out there being like, okay, well, I don't even know what the hell they're fishing for in this area.
Or, there's 8 inches ice here, but you don't know that this crack forms here every single year.
Yeah, and the crack knowledge, like we talked about this on the show, but the fact that like you got to pay attention to the winds up there, open water.
Oh, yeah, huge.
It's even more important during
the
ice season. So big shout out to Bob. And you can see now he's in the chat kind of firing it up about the ice conditions. Now we're getting rain here in the central part.
Warm, and it's 40 degrees yesterday here in Appleton area. It's terrible.
Andy's on, and I did fish a little bit yesterday with my boy, and some of the lakes, we fished 3 or 4 different lakes yesterday, and we didn't find a whole lot more than 8 inches.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
And some of it was 8 inches or less. I was in one area where it was probably like 2 inches,
and
but
you're
it was
fishing inland lakes.
Yeah, oh yeah,
yep. It should be way more.
They should be quite a bit more. But there was one area it was 2 inches or so, but it was near open water.
Okay.
So it was pretty sketchy. So yeah, even here's a big one too. The Fox ice went out. So just pay attention right now. If you're trying to get out, our plan is maybe this week to do the Bago run again, hit up Poigan and see what ice conditions are like out there. Seeing like the spot we went, Volk's Landing, he said the ice blew out of there, yes.
Crazy.
So, Andy, what'd you do this weekend?
A whole lot of nothing. I relaxed, took it easy, and I decided to binge watch The Walking Dead all over again.
How many hours?
I was going to say, that's got to be a long time.
That is. Yeah, I don't know. There's 11 seasons. And
How are you even walking today? If I sat still that long over the weekend, I'd be crippled.
Well, I mean, we went out to eat and did some other things and whatnot, but
so
nothing
it wasn't like
exciting.
You didn't move and just order Uber Eats all weekend?
Yeah. That would have been nice, though.
Did the whole family watch it, or just you and your significant other?
Just me. My daughter came in a couple times to look, because she likes to watch scary stuff, even though it scares her.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Well, that's a pretty enjoyable weekend.
What'd you do?
Saturday we were in the Dells. We watched the Wild Rose girls varsity play, and then my son played right after at the Jag. So
they're all in the Dells?
Yeah, they're all in the Dells. I was kind of mad though. The reason is because we played Berlin, and Berlin's 40 minutes away, but yet we drove an hour and a half to the Dells to watch it.
Feels cheap.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I know, but it's cool. Like Jag is cool. It's cool when you're a little kid. They they do the Bulls introduction and get the lights flashing. They call the teams out. No, but it's like as an adult, you're like, why are we driving an hour and a half to the Dells just to watch an hour and a half
play a
basketball
team that
game?
40 minutes away.
Yeah,
that's all Berlin is from you. Is 40.
Yeah, it's not not a whole lot further than that.
How'd it go? Do I even want to ask?
No, the girls lost. That was a pretty decent game. The boys, we were just outmanned. We were just short on numbers this year and not deep in the bench. But yeah.
All right, moving on from that one.
Moving on. So I did feel a little proud this morning, though. Even though we fished yesterday and I didn't watch anything Saturday, I did watch some of the games yesterday night.
Nice.
So there was some pretty good football.
There was a lot of really good football games this weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, almost every game. It's a couple like the Frisco Seattle game ended up as kind of a blowout, but at halftime it was a 1-point lead by Seattle.
Okay,
and then Frisco just kind of did what I think Frisco is probably the best team right now. Period.
Well, so and that's really who we would have played if we would have won.
We would have gotten absolutely annihilated. Frisco's on a whole different level right now. Other than maybe Cincinnati, Buffalo and Kansas City, nobody's going to touch them. I think they're going to just steamroll the Eagles, even, to be honest with you. Like, I think the NFC Championship game will end up being Niners-Eagles, unless the Giants go to Philadelphia and beat them next weekend, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yep.
I mean, I think the Giants are okay, but they're not. I think the Eagles got way too much firepower.
There you go. Thanks, Andy. That's nice.
Wow. Hey,
you.
what, did you do this? Did you know this was coming?
It's you.
No.
Wow, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just feel like Frisco is just like stupid good, and then they're gonna play the winner of the Dallas Tampa game tonight, which will be Tampa, because Dallas is the worst head coach on planet Earth.
Yeah, you said that before.
I can't stand that.
Do you really think TB could pull one out?
Yeah, I do. They're at home, and Tom Brady's Tom Brady, and Mike McCarthy's Mike McCarthy, and he's just gonna choke because that's what he does. He sucks. Anywho. I feel bad. Like, I really feel bad for their players. They got to listen to that guy with his mouth full of cheeseburger all day talking about football. Like, I can't stand that guy. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Like, my biggest beef is I just feel like he wasted so many years of like Favre and Rodgers. Like really good football.
You could go on with a lot of that, though. We had two Hall of Famers.
No, I know, but there's Favre, and then I saw a stat yesterday about Rodgers that he's not even better than Ben Roethlisberger.
Really?
Facts. I could pull it up, but it had all of Big Ben's stats and all of Rodgers' stats, and Big Ben is better.
In playoffs?
Everything.
No crap.
Everything. He's better than Rodgers at everything. Fourth quarter comebacks, 500-yard games, winning percentage, playoff appearances, Super Bowl appearances, all of the things.
Yeah,
let me pull it. I have it. Let me pull it up.
Interesting to see that.
You want me to send it to you, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think
this is kind of an eye opener for me.
Well,
because I've always thought Rodgers was way, way better than like a Big Ben.
Yeah.
Like, I always knew Favre was on a whole different planet, right? Like, not really stats wise, like he owns a lot of stats, but it was just that dude factor.
Yeah.
That right now I think Joe Burrow's got. He's got that it dude factor. Like
he's got it more over Josh. Allen?
Josh. They're both really awesome. But they've got that dude thing, right? Yeah. Like, they're just gonna, like, whatever happens, you trust that guy to try to make a play.
Yeah.
Right? Like, good or bad, he's gonna try to do something. So look at this. This is crazy. So both 18 years. 3 Super Bowl appearances, he won 2, he won 1, 13 playoff wins, 12, 5th all-time passing, 9th all-time passing, 4th quarter comebacks, he's number 3 all-time, 41, he's number 28, 500-yard passing games never happened, and look at the career wins.
Jesus. That is
you never put Big Ben in the category of Aaron Rodgers.
No, you never would.
But why not?
There's a proofs in the
pudding. That's it right there, right? And I think at the end of the day, that dude factor, right? Big Ben had it.
Yeah.
Where his teammates would have literally taken bullets for the guy.
Yep.
I think people are jumping out of the way with A-Rod.
I agree.
People are getting in the way for Favre. They're jumping in front of a bullet. I don't think they're jumping in front of a bullet for A-Rod.
Did you see the stat too, the comparison stat? And I don't have it, but there was Favre and Rodgers. They're both of their last games ended
I did see
identically.
Really?
Yep. It was they both threw picks to kind of end the game.
Yeah, the last 6 games or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think obviously he's one of the best all time. I'm not trying to knock it.
But I would have never thought that I would have said he's way better than Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
And like you said, though, like I think I would go have a beer with Ben.
Well, yeah.
If Rodgers came up, maybe I do.
I mean, you'd be like, okay, you're Aaron Rodgers. No, but it's okay, you're Aaron Rodgers, right? Yeah. Like, cool. But I'm pretty sure if Favre to this day, I'd probably start shaking.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I don't think I'd be like that with Rodgers. And I've met a lot of the Packers. It's not like a football starstruck thing. Like, I met Reggie White. I met Amon Green.
Yep.
I met Robert Brooks. I mean, I met a lot of the guys. Yep. Mark Chimuro.
Did you ever meet Leroy Butler?
I did meet Leroy Butler a couple times. Like, I've met a lot of the guys, like, back in that time frame. I never met Favre. But I just don't feel like when I met Reggie White the first time, I was like,
Reggie White, dude.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Like, but he was freaking huge.
Yeah.
He was like twice as wide, and he was just gigantic.
Think of the body characteristics from a Reggie White to guys nowadays. Like, they're just like, Reggie actually looked like he was a little more out of shape.
Yeah.
These guys nowadays, they don't even.
But I think that's where people are like
devastating.
But that's why people are like, well, they're being soft on quarterbacks and all this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, but you got these guys that are almost as big as Reggie running twice as fast.
Yes.
And they're, like you said, like the guys used to look a little bit human.
Yes.
And now these guys, like, not to be weird, but if you saw them with their shirts off, they look like chiseled muscle and fitness guys. All of them do.
All of them.
Like you're trying to like you're saving lives. You really are. By like, can you imagine if these quarterbacks took? Now I understand like the guys used to take shots.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same shot that these guys would be taking now. If some of these guys came off that corner in a blind side and you didn't see them coming,
they'd kill you.
They'd be putting you in stretchers.
Yeah.
They'd all be in
They'd
stretchers.
kill you. Yeah.
No, I do think some of it's a little soft when they're spinning
There
into
was
the
a
ground
call
and some of that kind of
last
stuff.
night
but,
that was pretty soft.
but that's because he hit him in the head.
Is that they never really clarified that?
That's
though.
because you cannot hit a quarterback in the helmet. Period. End of subject.
They never really clarified it.
And they've gotten to the point where even if it's accidental like that, they're going to call it because they're trying to keep you away from their heads. And I agree with all that. So I do think there's a fine line. Like it is a little too soft at times.
Yes.
But I do understand why they're doing that because if you watch football, it's very quarterback driven.
Oh yeah.
Extremely quarterback driven.
Oh yeah. Real.
And without good quarterbacks, the league's going to suck.
Yep.
Like nobody wants to watch the third string guys. Now Prudy's a different deal with Frisco. He's special, but
he's a first stringer that just was behind two
he's a
really
rookie.
good quarterbacks.
So whatever. But I'm saying like a lot of these teams third stringers, like it's like you're like this watching the game through your fingers, kind of a deal. It's brutal to watch, and nobody really wants to watch that.
Right.
And if you think about it, there's 32 teams. There's not even 32 good guys in the world that can do these jobs and I'm talking like the Mahomes and the Allens and the Burrows and all the guys in the playoffs, right? And that's what they'll say is those same guys will be in the playoffs now for 10 years
because
those are the guys because they're just better than everybody else at that position.
The one that I was somewhat, I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but a little shocked is the Jacksonville and that Charger game.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're both young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They both need to get their throwing mechanics fixed, but that's a whole different issue. Both quarterbacks have more knocked balls than anybody ever, and they're both 6'6".
Yeah.
Why are you getting balls knocked down at the line of scrimmage and you're 6'6"? That's because you're letting it go down here instead of,
Yep. But we're also farm fans who probably had the worst throwing mechanics ever.
Right, but those guys never had the balls knocked down like these big tall guys are.
That's
That's
true.
because
Favre was like 6'4", right?
Right, but he let go of the ball way up here.
It was
his lower half was not textbook.
Right.
But upper half was really good.
Got the ball high.
Where these guys they're good. They obviously could throw the ball, but they're throwing the ball like they're 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
They're not throwing the ball like they're 6'6". Now I do think some of that they'll get better as they coaching and get whatever. But that I tell you what, that Trevor Lawrence, man, he has got like cold ice water running through his veins. Most guys would have crumbled. He threw 4 picks in the first half.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like most guys would have just caved, and he just doesn't cave.
Talk about the ultimate flush. Just like you got to flush it and keep moving.
Got to keep playing quarter. Got to keep playing, man. I got to, if we're going to win, I got to play better.
So they're coming up against.
They're going to go play KC, and they'll probably get waxed.
Yeah.
But from a team that was 2-10 or whatever, or 2-12 or whatever they were last year, to make the playoffs and get a playoff win is a big deal. Cincinnati Buffalo is going to be like a bloodbath.
That's going to be
that is the game to watch.
Yep.
And then whoever comes out of that plays Kansas City it's probably going to be Frisco right here, would be my guess, but we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta. Is Kansas City becoming that team? Like well, I don't want to see them in the Super Bowl anymore.
And I don't really. Well, probably it's one of those deals. Like I don't like Mahomes, but he's really freaking good.
He is really good,
right? Like I'm not.
The guy finds a way to win.
I'm not a Mahomes fan. I don't know if it's his body posture or what it is. He just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But
he's just that good.
Or he's just that good. But whatever. The guy's phenomenally good. I'm not taking that away from him. Just because I don't like him doesn't mean he's not good, right? Like that's not the thing. But yeah, he finds ways to get the ball. They find ways to get the ball in the end zone, and they're creative about it too.
Oh yeah.
Like you watch them in the red zone, they're so much better than almost every other team in the league in the red zone.
Yeah.
They just come up with random crap, and it's a good deal.
Yeah. So yeah, it was
the ring around the rosy thing is a little much for me.
Yeah, what was that? What were they trying to do?
Well, I think what they're trying to do is just confuse the defense on who is going where.
Yeah,
because then all of a sudden Mahomes wasn't at quarterback, and I think it's just trying to get one guy on the defense to misplace his assignment.
Did that get flagged?
No,
they actually.
Oh, it did. It got flagged, but not because of the ring around the rosy thing. I think it was a hold or a block or something. But I think all they're trying to do is they're having all they got to have is one corner or one safety misses assignment. It's a touchdown. And they did score on it. But it got called back. But I don't think the hold was even into play. One of those.
So think about that. Think about that coach that day. You come into the coaches meeting, you're like, guys, I got this idea.
But the players come up with that. Andy Reid said forever that he lets those players do that stuff.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They have these, like, he has a word for it. There's some kind of sessions where he lets the players go come up with random stuff for in the red zone. So the players are coming up with all that crap.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they have to bring it to him. And then he said he's got the final say.
Yeah.
You know, yay or no or whatever. Yay or nay. And he said, yeah, the guys come up with all that. That's all Mahomes and Kelsey, and that's all them. But think about that. These guys are pros. I've always said that. You got these guys like Big Ben, Rodgers, Mahomes, Kelsey. Like, at some point, they almost know more than the coaches. Like, why are you overcoaching that?
Correct.
Let them just go play football. Because at the end of the day, football is very easy.
Yeah.
Just let them go draw some shit up in the sand.
Yep.
You wink. No, you wink twice. I'll do this. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Like, let them go play football.
Well, a lot of it just turns into sandlot football after a while anyway.
Well, after the first 2 seconds of a play, after that, it's just a scramble drill.
Open and
I think that's what KC's so good at.
Right. And it is very impressive. Yeah. There's an inbound play. Excuse me. Actually, Ty Cornell showed me it. It's the same damn thing. It's a ring around the rosy.
And that's the same. They're just trying to create confusion.
Yep. It's like, who do you guard? Who do you guard? All of a sudden, you just poof, and it's fun to get into that coaching type stuff. But yeah, so this is we got one more game tonight, and then we get into next weekend again. But
I'm not a Tom Brady fan either, but I'm more of a Tom Brady fan than I am a Mike McCarthy fan. Therefore, I want Tom Brady to destroy him because I just can't stand Mike McCarthy. I can't stand him with a passion.
It's a true hate.
I can't. I don't know if I ever go that far, but I can't.
Is Dylan still on?
Guy.
If Dylan Williams is still on, Dylan is like the ultimate creator of memes. Okay. I want him to make a meme with you and Mike McCarthy. He's
stand
really
that guy.
good at memes.
Just listen to his press conferences over the years. I just want to vomit.
So Dylan will make one. Wait till you see.
So bad.
Dylan is like the captain of memes. His memes are the best.
Anyway,
so it was good weekend of football. What time is it even? All right, so let's get into this. So I'm cracking on one right now. Okay, perfect. If he sends that to you, we'll get it up here.
Perfect.
So Andy, Brian sent me something, and you and I something over the weekend, and then I sent you also something. So on Friday we had Mike Williams in here from The Real Shot. And Mike was talking about archery stuff, and then you also sent me a TikTok of CWD being found in Buffalo County. So Mike and I discussed this.
Found in Shawano County too.
Really?
Yeah, like not far from my place.
So it's gonna be everywhere. So what do you? Okay, this is perfect.
Like literally
let's get into this.
Miles down the road.
And now Justin Lurkey, if you're watching, help us out in the chat. But Justin was trying to say that the eradication is like it's not so much eradication as it is, if I'm not mistaken, is more or less like they're really going to be watching those, monitoring that areas. But let's say it turns into eradication, and the DNR comes to you and says, "Brian Keller, you own this much land in Buffalo County or in your county. We need you to shoot every single deer you could." What's your response?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it because I've never been touched by it yet. Right? Like I know guys that
but if it's right next door, my man.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I know guys that hunt down south where it got really bad.
Yeah.
And they were in those eradication zones. And they said every single deer they saw looked like it was The Walking Dead.
So they were seeing a high symptoms.
Oh yeah, like down there, this guy I used to coach with him.
Yep.
But he said where they were, it was down towards Madison, somewhere in that southwest part of the state.
Yeah.
And he said it was literally like every deer had it. Like it was, you'd see them come out and they all looked like The Walking Dead. It was
like
just
skin
terrible.
and bones and kind of gross
he said it was
looking?
just nasty.
Okay.
So I don't know if it got like that. I mean, what are your options?
Well, I guess you have to.
I don't want to think about that because that would really be painful. But I don't know what I mean. I don't know how do you stop it? I don't know.
Like Mike and I discussed for this Buffalo County thing, it's like our number one county in Wisconsin, if not in the United States, for Pope and Young and Boone and Crockett whitetails. Like, highly managed, a lot of money in that area. How is that going to go down? It is a hot topic, but
what's causing it? Is it baiting that's causing it, or is it like what's causing the spread?
I don't really know if they can narrow it down to that. To be honest, I don't know enough information.
Yeah,
that's why it's not credible. But
let's find somebody who is and get him on here.
We'll do that. I know Justin said he'll come on and he'll help us out.
Was he credible though?
I think he's way more credible than you and I.
Well, I would agree with that, but I'm talking
we could go to the DNR.
I'm just kidding, dude.
The only thing is like if we get somebody on the DNR on here, we're gonna have to be kind of polite. Then you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if you have to be polite with anybody if you're asking questions, right? Like, because I think a lot of people kick back on this stuff because they never get their questions answered. You know what I mean?
'Cause they dance
Now you
around it.
could go to certain board meetings and all this other kind of stuff,
yeah.
which is fine, but not everybody's available at every meeting and all that kind of deal.
They are live streaming a lot of that stuff too now.
But I mean, I think there's a little bit they can go back and forth and stuff like that. I mean, without being rude, I don't think that's the thing.
No, I know. I'll look into seeing if I can get somebody.
But I think if baiting is a part of it, because I know that's what the DNR says, that's a part of it. That's why we can't bait anymore. Baiting's stupid anyways, but that's a whole different argument.
But baiting,
if baiting is a part of it, that kind of leads into what I sent you.
Yes.
Over this hunting industry as a whole and the pressure that everybody's putting on each other now to shoot bigger deer and what links are you going to go, even if it's illegal, to have that Facebook picture or have that TV show or whatever.
Yeah. And so let's.
You want to bring that article up?
Bring up the article first. All right, so if you don't know, this is Josh and Sarah Bolmar. So there was a big scandal going on. They say it was like 7 years worth of a scandal.
Yeah.
Where it happened in Nebraska between turkeys.
This article's from the 13th.
Of January.
January 13th of this year.
So if you kind of read through it, now it's saying they have been sentenced to probation and fines.
Like huge fines.
Yeah, over a couple $100,000 for some of these people. Like, obviously,
I think when I read this, each one of them had like 60,000, 50 or 25,000 a piece in fines. Their LLC got fined. The outfitter that they were hunting with got fined.
Yeah,
and plus 30 years of whatever.
Can't guide, can't do any of that stuff.
Huge issues.
So so this, right there. Look at that. So big time money being, and it should be.
Oh, absolutely. Throw
100%. Like
100%.
Now. Okay, so this article, can you put that in like the chat, Andy, in case anybody wants to read this later on? And okay, big deal, right? And we've did this before on this show where we did
Chris
like
Brackett,
poaching.
right?
Yes, we did. There was a number of things like Spooks Band, Chris Brackett, that there's a lot of pressure. But as the pressure of you have to know what you're getting yourself into, right? Everybody says they're credible as a guide, but are they really credible?
Saw the Fishing World last year, those tournament cheaters. The problem is it's the I don't want to blame the social media and Facebook, but that's a big part of it.
Well,
now I would be willing to bet that a lot of this has been going on for a really long time. People are just getting caught more now.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was like maybe there was a little less pressure years ago because there was only a couple of famous guys doing it. Well, now with the YouTubes and whatever, everybody's trying to chase that golden, the pot at the end of the rainbow kind of a deal.
And I think people are YouTube following.
And I think people are willing to cut the corners to try to get rich. That's what honestly, that's what's happening.
So bring up did you get the TikTok video, Andy, I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you wouldn't bring that up. So this is from, what did it say? October, I think. This is before the article we just shared you. So play this for us once.
Only after 7 years, we can put behind us all the Nebraska Fish and Game accusations. The truth is out. All the baiting and poaching charges have been dismissed. For all of you that have stuck by us through this process, thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for believing us this entire time. It means the world to us, and we think of you as family for this. But we did take responsibility for conspiracy, which means we should have known better. And quite frankly, I think that's fair and true. We hunted a lot at that outfitter, and we should have paid more attention to what was going on behind closed doors and what was going on with other clients, and we didn't. And for that, we're taking responsibility. So this obviously was a huge weight on our chest that we can finally take off. And guys, it is so nice that you guys all know the truth now, that we never baited or poached a deer, and all of those charges were dismissed. We just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for believing in us and supporting us. If you were on the fence about us, I totally get it and totally understand. But whether you like us or not, one thing you can never say is we ever baited or poached a deer, because we haven't and we never will. Finally, after...
Okay.
So when was that video posted?
Can you click on that, Andy? It should say the date down there. I thought it said like October or something. Let's see if I can find it here from where I shared it.
Interesting.
So this was before the recent article that you just put
Right.
out.
That's weird. That's interesting.
So that's, and I kind of agree, but
It's not showing me the date.
okay, I'll see if I can find it from where I shared it from. So this is from October 20th, 2022.
Okay.
This video right here is, and your article is from January 13th,
13th of 23.
2023. So did more stuff come out now? I mean, he said they did plead guilty to conspiracy. Now maybe the fines are just being assessed for pleading guilty.
Yeah,
to
I
that.
don't know. Well, plus they lost their hunting privileges for 3 years.
But in
and
the
lost
state
their
of
hunting
Nebraska.
privileges in Nebraska.
Yeah, in the state of Nebraska. And they did, I think what they...
No, it says they have been sentenced to 3 years of probation, including the loss of privilege to hunt in Nebraska.
So that means their home, potentially their home state of Iowa, they can't
Maybe,
hunt?
yeah, I don't know.
You know what
Not
the
sure.
other thing that's kind of funny is?
That's interesting.
As how many of these social media stars are moving to the state of Iowa?
Well, it says they can get the resident tags in.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
I know, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people flooding to Iowa just to hunt Iowa. You know, and that was one thing that Mike and I talked about is like the price of the land in Buffalo County. Now just think that's what it's going to do to Iowa when more people start flooding to Iowa. There's the public land, the private land. I mean, there's going to be a lot of pressure out there.
Yeah.
I have a tag coming up, and I can't wait to go to Iowa.
Okay. Are you going to public or are you going to hire help?
Well, I got one of our head-to-head fans.
Guys.
What was that?
Don't hire these guys.
One of our head-to-head fans actually has some land down there.
Nice.
So he offered me there, but then there's a bunch of public real close to that as well. So I'm hoping that this year is the year I can go. Last year was my own fault. I forgot to apply for a kill tag. But anyways, I think I got 4 or 5 preferences, so I should have no problem.
On this thing here, it says that 97 animals were determined to have been taken illegally as a part of this larger case, and 53 years of hunting and fishing rights privileges were doled out or revoked.
Well, he did mention other clients.
Right, yeah, I don't know. Well, obviously they weren't innocent because they want to be getting slapped on it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not totally innocent.
Because, like, in the state of Nebraska, too, they got, in the early part, like, they got pretty liberal turkey tags, and I think that's what they mostly did there was hunt wild turkeys.
Okay.
I don't know about deer as much.
My point wasn't to get into the nitty-gritty with the story. It was just the whole outdoors industry as a whole, right? Like, it's just like with that fishing thing last year, the tournaments and those guys putting weights in the fish and all that. Like, at what point are people going to just get away from the Facebook pictures and the Instagram fake crap?
Oh, yeah.
Because 90% of what you see on those platforms is all fake.
Yep.
Right? Nobody's happy all the time. That's all BS.
Yep.
And get away from worrying about, well, if I shoot this deer, somebody else is going to pick on me or whatever. Like, is that possible? Can people get away from that? Or are we just in this, like, never-ending downward spiral shitstorm of worrying about what everybody else thinks all the time? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does. Like, and that's what I was going to say is I've honestly, like, haven't been very active on social media.
Same. I mean, I use it for work.
Yes.
But I don't, and I follow some friends and whatever, but I got to the point where I'm just like, I honestly don't care what any of these people I don't know think.
Right.
Like, why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, does a thumbs up really make me feel good about myself?
For a while there,
right?
like, it kind of did, right? Like, for me,
I don't think I ever got there, but I can see where, you know, and I've got a daughter now who's approaching the teenage, you know, kids and whatever. I'm like, if that thumbs up really is what makes you tick, we got problems.
We do have problems.
Like, major problems.
Well, how about this? Did being in someone's top 8 ever make you feel good?
I don't even know what that is.
What is
that?
What are you talking about?
MySpace.
Oh, see, I never did MySpace.
And I joined Facebook way late. I never was a MySpace. So elaborate a little bit more on what that means.
Well, MySpace, you know, was like the original.
That was like pre-Facebook, right?
Yeah. Yep. So Tom was everybody's best friend because he was your first friend when you created an account. But yeah, they had the ability to put like a music playlist on your page. And then so you could like put your favorite song to plays when people came to your profile. And then you could select your top 8 friends that would be displayed on the top of your page as well. Jesus. So that was the big thing then.
Wow.
Well, but they're saying like suicide rates with kids and stuff is through the roof right now. And I think a lot of it's this social media crap, because if you follow some of these people, you know, they look like they're living this perfect life and everything's hunky-dory all the time, when 90% of the time behind closed doors, their lives are all disasters. But you know what I mean? But when you're a kid, you can't comprehend that. Like,
No.
you can't comprehend that somebody would lie like that. You know what I mean?
So I don't know how to really say this, so I'm just going to come out and say, like, does it bother anybody else the amount of selfie pictures that kids are taking nowadays?
I just think it's a waste of time, but
Like,
that doesn't really bother me.
When I'm
I guess.
around younger kids, I think especially the younger ladies, at gatherings and stuff,
Right.
and you see this all the time, they're just, and I know it's Snapchat, but to me,
See, like my oldest son only communicates with his friends via Snapchat. That's it.
But
That's
does
how
he send selfies?
Sometimes, but it's usually, I think it's more of like I'm here, and then the ones that I don't get is when they just send each other their faces.
Yeah.
And they don't type anything. Like I don't comprehend that. See, like I don't care about them taking pictures. What I care about is like, well, I don't look good today, or I don't this, or I don't know. That's where I kind of draw the line. It's like nobody, I keep going back to that, but like nobody's ever happy all the time. That's BS. Nobody. No. Zero people. And I know Matt comes across like he's happy all the time, but he's just hopped up on 5 Hour Energies and Mountain Dew.
Persona.
That right? But like no, but it's seriously right.
Really
like it's just crap.
Yeah, yeah.
Total crap.
Yeah, it's.
But like when you're a kid, you can't differentiate, right? Like I've always like been really leery of my kids trying to look up to like professional athletes.
Yeah.
Because professional athletes are professional athletes. That doesn't mean they're good people.
Right.
Right? Like there's a lot of them that aren't. There's a lot of them that I know aren't good people that I still cheer for on a Sunday or whatever because I'm watching the game. I really don't care about what that person does off the field.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Same thing with actors. Like I don't really care what their thoughts are, beliefs are. Like I don't care about any of that. But can I watch Top Gun and is it good? Like I really right? Like at some point you got to I think you have to draw that line there because if you don't draw that line, you're going to have nothing to watch. Because almost everybody sucks and you can't there'd be nothing to watch anymore.
Yep.
If I only watch stuff of people that I totally agree with on all facets of life, it'd be a real small pool of people and most of those people aren't very good actors probably. You know what I mean?
Well, I was going to say like what about actors turning into like politicians?
Yeah, I was trying not to get into the political thing, but that's my point. Like, I just don't care.
Good ones.
I don't care what they have to say about any of that stuff. I just really don't.
Yeah, it's.
But on the flip side, like I'm not gonna not watch Top Gun because I don't agree with Tom Cruise's Scientology stuff. Like
the
I
whole
really
time
don't
I'm
care.
watching it, I'm not like.
No, I never one time thought about that.
No.
But there's a lot of people that do.
Yeah, you're not watching him for his political views
No,
or
I could kill
religious views.
But what I'm saying is, like in today's day and age, there's a lot of people that were like, I don't like Tom Cruise, therefore I won't watch that movie.
Right? Nuh-uh.
Because I'm not going to support him. Well,
never
okay. You do you.
Yeah, I'll watch every Tom Cruise movie. Mission Impossible, BA movies.
Well, and like Bob Klotz saying, there's no consequences on social media, and I agree. It's just keyboard warriors and mom give me a hot pocket from the basement people.
Yep.
And we've seen a lot of that over the last few years.
Oh man,
guys that nobody's ever willing to do. What do I say all the time? Right? Everybody wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster shit. Right?
Yeah.
I say it all the time, and it's true because everybody's they're all tough guys until it comes down to the point of needing to do something either for the collective or for the industry or for whatever, and then they're all ghosts. They're all quiet and they all hide in the corner.
Yeah, I don't want to like he's saying why does everybody's opinion all of a sudden like matter? Like it's like you have the right to it, but
you have your right
it's
to
not
opinion.
like you have to. Like,
but you have your right to your opinion. I have
it.
my right to not agree with your opinion.
Correct. Right. That's the part that.
And at the end of the day, like actual adults can sit here and be like, "Okay, that's your opinion. I agree to disagree. Let's go get a burger."
Yep.
Like we can just not talk about this anymore. We get along on everything else, but let's just not talk about that.
Yeah, we can still go get that burger and be pissed at each other secretly, but we can carry on.
Yeah. It was like back in the day. Did you and your buddies play basketball?
Oh yeah.
Like at your house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like with no blood, no foul, right?
Right.
That's how we played.
Yep.
It was nasty.
Oh yeah.
Guys were getting thrown into the freaking bushes, and I mean, you go up for a layup, you better go up strong because you're getting hacked. Like, right? But that's how we played basketball growing up. No, right?
Yep.
I don't think kids would even do that anymore. They'd all be butthurt with each other and, this guy's mean to me.
Yeah.
But when we were done, how long did it take you guys to be all buddies again?
Oh,
about 13 seconds?
Yeah,
right? Maybe 30, maybe 0 seconds.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we used to do like boxing matches, like, remember, because then wrestling was a big deal. So throw a bunch of pillows in the living room and off the couch and into each other. Oh, he hit his head on the ottoman and he's bleeding. God damn it, Then
hit him some ice.
Yeah, we just bring him back in, But that's, it was.
But everyone would take all that crap personal now.
See, but now if they did that kind of stuff, there'd have to be a phone involved.
Right. Well, see, and I've told my kids, like they had fight nights where they would go watch UFC stuff.
Yep.
And they'd all wrestle because that's what boys will do. High school boys, right? I'm like, I told my kids, I don't care, do it. Just put your damn phones away.
Yeah.
You don't need to record it because all it says is it takes one wrong person, whether that's a mom or somebody at school or whoever, to see that and think you're picking on Johnny, and now you got a mess on your hands.
Yep.
When in reality, right, you're not picking anybody. You're just boys doing boy shit at fight night and watching the fights.
Not everything has to be a picture,
right?
Like,
but it's like they gotta like prove they're cool.
Yeah.
And if I don't have a video of this, did it really happen? Yeah, it really happened because there's like 8 of you there.
Right, because you got a fat lip and you broke a finger. It did really happen, man. Like, well, and that's like, the perception of reality. You know,
see, going back to the kids thing now, like coaching, I've had to change my style of coaching because if we do like Oklahoma drills where you just, now that's really frowned upon now because of concussions or whatever. Yeah. But if you do that nowadays, we used to get up and be like, dude, that was a great hit, man. I can't feel my arm. It's numb.
Yep.
Well, they do that now. It's like, well, why does he hate me? Right? Like, seriously. You have to go through, like, I've had to teach kids now that when you're on scout team, your job is to come at this other kid hard.
Real hard.
Like, as hard as you can. And your job is to play football.
Yep.
He's not being mean to you.
No.
He's not picking on you. He's trying to make you better. Big difference.
Unfortunately, we have you on scout team because you're going to make the first team better. Yeah, that's the mentality you've got to have. If you can win over the first team, that's a victory for you.
Well, and that's how you get on the starting field, right?
Yep.
At the end of the day, the ones are usually better than the twos. That's just how sports is. You even see the drop off in the NFL. The twos over the ones is dramatic, right?
They go on special teams,
right? But I don't feel like we ever got coached on, like, don't be upset, like, don't cry,
right?
Because that kid's coming at you hard.
Yep.
Because we just weren't allowed to. Well, you had two options: either go in the corner, get over it, or fight back.
Yeah, or if it turned into a scrum, then you had coaches grabbing you by the face, and that's why like, figure it out, dumbass.
Well, and that's let's move on. Well, and that's why I've always advocated for youth wrestling. Not because it's because it teaches young boys, and there's a lot of women that wrestle now too.
Oh, yeah.
Teaches young people that when I'm out here on this mat for the next 3 minutes, I have two choices: I fight, or I get bent in a pretzel.
Yep.
Those are my two choices.
Yep.
There's nobody to save me. There's nobody to hide. I can't not make my block, and there's because they're going to the right and I'm on the left. Like I have only two options. Honestly,
yeah,
that's why I liked it so. That's why I've always advocated with the youth stuff because it's just great for kids.
Yep.
Because there's no run and hide.
Then?
What was that?
How come no one does?
He tried for a couple of years.
He
just wasn't. He's more on the brainiac engineering.
Yeah.
He loves baseball, but it's a thinking sport, right?
Yep.
Like he likes that stuff. But he did it for a couple of years. It's just, I'm not going to force somebody to go do it. But like my oldest son Jimmy that's where he learned all his hand fighting for football was wrestling. And he had that right mental attitude of like he needed some of that growing up where it was like here you go, dude. Yeah. Like you think you're tough, and I'll go be
talking.
Tough.
Yeah. My boys, they did wrestle, and then they didn't. Then they kind of got like I forget what age it was.
See, and I don't think it's like wrestle. I don't think you have to wrestle all the way through high school because once you get to a certain point, like.
But now they both are upset that they didn't wrestle.
But I'm just saying, like. I just think the youth stuff's important because it's in that younger age where you're trying to like develop and like learn how to fight back and stick up for yourself. And I don't mean physically fight back, but I mean sometimes you have to physically fight back, right?
Yeah,
like sticks and stones won't break my bones, words won't hurt me, kind of deal. You know what I mean? It's
the mental toughness that comes out of wrestling is probably one of the biggest things.
Oh, huge. Just
the ability to get your tail whooped and then rebound and go do it all again.
And sometimes the other guy's better than you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you didn't give it 100% and he beat you. And it just teaches you to deal with all those different all that different stuff. And that's going back to the social media thing, back to the hunting, kind of come full circle. That's what social media doesn't teach you. Social media teaches you that you never have a bad day and you need to fake everything and look happy and pretty and smile all the time. And that's all crap. Because sometimes you go out there and you just get mud stomped.
Instagram Island does not exist.
It doesn't exist.
I don't care what.
No, but like
say.
Sometimes in life you go out there and you get mud stomped.
Yes,
you just do. And then the guys that get back up,
pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm saying the guys that get back up are the Elon Musks and those guys that they look like they got the world by the tail, and he probably does now.
Yep.
But you know how many times he probably got mud stomped growing up? You know what I mean? Like all these guys, every pro athlete's got that story of just getting mud stomped for years.
Yep.
You know, everyone's picking on that kid from Georgia, the Stenson Brennan or whatever.
Is he really 40 years old?
No, he's 20. 30 years. He's 28 or something. Like he's the same age as Josh Allen and some of these NFL guys. So what? Who cares? His path took a little bit longer. But like, look at his story. Like he walked on at Georgia, made the team, didn't like where he was, left, went to a junior college, came back, won 2 national titles. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Even if he doesn't take a single snap in the NFL, so what?
Yep.
Like what's so wrong with winning 2 national titles? What's going on? Dylan Williams got his memes.
Did he send it to you?
Yes, he did. God, this guy.
Do you want to send it to Andy or do you
You
want
can. I don't care.
All right, let me see this. Keep talking while I figure out how to send this.
I don't even remember. Dylan's got me all disillusional here. Anyway, so Instagram sucks. Social media sucks. But at the end of the day, too, I mean, I'm not making excuses for these hunters that are. Do you want me to do it? What's taking you so long?
I'm searching Andy's name.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'm already done.
Done.
Dude. I'm done already.
No, it is not.
I'm done. Andy, who did it faster?
Timestamp.
I got it pretty much at the same time
Yeah,
from
well,
both of you.
I took me 3 seconds.
Oh, blah blah blah.
No, my point is I'm
gonna talk shit about you on Instagram now. You just wait.
I by no means am advocating that there's an excuse for these people that are doing this.
Yeah.
I think there's some root causes.
Yep.
And the root causes are way deeper than hunting and fishing.
It's views. It's views and subscribers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it is. And oh, damn, it's blurry.
It is blurry.
It's blurry. Read what he wrote about you.
What does it say? Hold on, let me pull it up again.
Jerry tells
me what plays to run. I trust Jerry. And then it's got me saying, dude, you can't even trust your eyes to look in the same direction. Did you see that one coming, didn't you, Mike? It says, damn, it's Brian Keller again. I never thought of Mike McCarthy being cross-eyed.
No, I think they wander. They wander. He can look around corners and not move his head. Dude, that is perfect. I told you, Dylan is the king.
Dylan's good.
Dylan is the absolute king. Bravo.
Dylan's been a great asset to all of our shows.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way. He's awesome. I don't think I've ever even met the guy, but I feel like we're buddies.
I've met him. He's top notch.
Awesome.
He is top. Even
Awesome.
Bob likes that one. Top notch. Dylan is top notch. He sent me some before. I'll have to forward them to people.
That's good
They're
stuff.
classic. Yes, but it's based. I think it's views and subscribers. I think that's what it turns out to.
Oh, it is. 100%. Well, because that's what you get paid off, right? You get paid off of views. That's what,
or it's my TV airtime, and who can I get the most? Snuck up right in front of him. That was a king, Dylan. That's king. That's money. But if you know. So now let me ask you this.
We got to bring it back in.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
The Bomar situation.
Yes.
Fixed TV is looking for content creators.
Mm-hmm.
If Bomars wanted to put their stuff on Fixed TV after all this stuff, would you allow them to come on Fixed TV?
That's a great question.
Because we're looking for content creators.
Right,
and
that's a good question.
They could probably make more money on Fixed TV than they could in the world they're living in.
Well, I would
right
agree
now.
they would. See, and my whole thing with like the fixed stuff is I'm just personally sick of like the censorship crap.
Yeah.
And that's where I wanted to have a deal where if Bob Kloss wants to go on there and start flaying whitefish and
muskies and
yeah, whatever. You want walleye cheeks and whatever. I don't really care, right? Like that's whatever. But if we get we've got the Jake Jacobs show, he's a very conservative guy. Yep. If there's some liberal guy that wants to come on and have a show, I'm not going to stop him.
Nope.
Because I think everyone's got to hear these different viewpoints, right?
Correct.
So I don't know. It's an interesting deal. I mean, if it's done legally, that's a problem. If the footage that was being shown on Fixed was proven to be shot illegally, I would take it down immediately, right? But if they wanted to come back with like a resurrection tour of we're really sorry and we didn't know and we crossed the line or whatever, I'd personally.
But in the current state right now, if that January 13th article was legit tater chip.
Well, they don't have any. I mean, I guess I'd be looking at going forward.
Right.
Are they going to try to respawn something naturally? I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know what they have on YouTube, but it's not a small following.
I don't know. I mean, I believe in second chances to a point unless you're Mike McCarthy. Then you get no second chances. Because he had plenty of chances.
He had plenty
with Brett Favre. That's all I got to say.
That was good. I think it's time to kind of wrap this one up. Andy, any final thoughts here? We want to leave people on a Monday. Any words of wisdom?
No, I got nothing.
it is that kind of Monday, is it not? It's a rainy Monday in January. And we should be like thinking of spring when it's raining like
Absolutely.
this. But, the big thing, too, is, watch that ice report with Bob. He is firing up the chat again.
I was going to say, the reason I wore this hoodie today.
Oh, yeah.
The Guided Life hoodie.
So what's up with
We were driving home from up north, and Nolan is in the backseat just laughing his ass off.
Okay.
Just hysterically, like, belly laughing. And I figured he's watching something on YouTube or whatever. And I'm like, dude, what are you watching? Because it's a 4-hour drive home.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, I'm watching The Guided Life. I'm like, what is so funny on The Guided Life? He's like, it's this bullfishing episode. He's like, I just keep rewatching it over and over.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, it's just hilarious.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one.
That was a really good one.
So anyway, it's just
and that was
mindless. It's just a shameless plug for the show, but it's out there. It's
you
cool.
said Nolan is one of my biggest friends.
He is. Nolan is one of our biggest fans for sure. He
was. What was it? Was it during COVID that he was like in the chat all the time?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was head-to-head days.
He'd be sitting right here if he didn't have school. He loves this stuff.
I know. He's good at it, too. Yeah, because we even had him during the night 2019. He came in and sat down. He
likes the cameras. He's a smart little dude, so it's fun to listen to his like viewpoint on stuff.
Yeah, it's the live stream stuff was pretty much the best. So there you go. So stay off the ice. Use extreme caution in most of your areas. This rain is going to mess a lot of things up.
Yeah, no bueno.
And I think it's in the forecast for the next 2 days. Definitely check your areas. Now, maybe up north you should be fine, but if you're venturing out on the ice, stop by the Real Shot, get a spud bar, or if like in the video we did with Bob, he's got one of those drills. Basically the same thing, a lot more efficient that way. So check that out. But thanks again to Bob for helping us out. If that's on Fixed TV for free. So if you haven't seen it yet, watch it.
Just download the app, and then when we upload those reports, it's right there for you.
Yep. We started in Voyager, which again Bob said in the chat is garbage now, and we worked our way up the East Shore. We stopped at Shador's, I think, just a little south of Sugar Creek. Was it?
Shador.
We shut the doors on Shador because it was bad. The ice was terrible up there. Sugar Creek, we could see open water. So if you're going to the Bay of Green Bay, definitely be cautious. If you're looking to book a whitefish trip, if it happens, check out Bob, Fin Fanatic Chargers. So that's all I got. What do we got? We're going to talk Wednesday. We could probably talk about the game from tonight.
Yeah.
And then I'll work on
else between now and then.
Yeah, I'll work on Lurky and the DNR.
Did you see the one last meme thing? Did you see the one where the Minnesota Vikings hate the Packers so much they don't even want to win a Lombardi trophy? Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, literally, it's got the Vikings or whatever in their empty trophy case. It's like the Vikings hate the Packers so much they don't even want to win a Lombardi trophy.
I saw the skull ones now that
I'm sorry, but I don't care how much money you have tied up in a quarterback. If it's 4th and 8 and it's literally the last play of the game, if we don't score, the game's over, and you throw the ball for 3 yards, you should be fired on the spot.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
You should be fired on the spot. On the spot. He shouldn't even have had a post-game press conference because he wasn't on the team anymore.
Well, that's a coach.
Not to mention,
right? Or you think that was a bad read, or you think?
Well, I don't care. Well, number one, why are we running routes that are 5 yards short of the first down on the last play of the game?
Yep.
That's number one. That's coaches for sure. Number two, even if the coach calls the play, you're the guy you're pulling the trigger. What in the God's green earth are you thinking?
I know we're trying to wrap this up, but I'm going to ask a little question.
You don't have the dude factor. That's why.
Did Kirk Cousins look good in that game up to that point?
Yeah, he played great.
I thought he looked
31
real
to
good.
38.
Yeah,
he didn't play bad.
I thought he looked real good,
but he doesn't have the dude factor because Josh Allen doesn't do that. No. Josh Allen probably tucks the ball and tries to spear somebody, dive in head over heels to get that first down. So does Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's like John Elway in it, up and over somebody, dying. He's going to literally sacrifice body and limb to get that first down.
See, but I don't.
Not
you
going
think
to check
Trevor
down.
Lawrence
Not
going
to check down. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence would, because I don't know if Trevor Lawrence has.
I know Justin Herbert would. Yet.
Yes. I just don't it's that's the dude factor. I mean the whatever, the dude, right?
Yep. The dude.
You got to be the dude.
You got to be.
Because sometimes the dude's just got to get shit done.
Andy, are you the dude?
Oh yeah, I'm the dude.
You need to show the dude factor. Can we change this to the dude factor?
I don't believe Andy's the dude at all. No, I'm not picking on you, Andy. I just some guy. You know what I mean? So if it comes down to your AR your end of your
get
battle,
on socials and go tear Brian apart, bro.
What was that?
You said get on socials and tear Brian apart.
Go for it.
You're getting no thumbs up.
Yes, Brock Purdy is the dude. That's my point. some of those guys are just going to do what it takes to try to win the game. And checking down to your tight end on the last play of the season is not it.
I love that title. We should call the show the Dude Factor.
Do it. I don't care. We can do whatever we want. Maybe we should come up with a whole nother podcast. Maybe we should try to make this one about the real shot sometime.
Yes.
And have a whole other one where we don't talk about anything other than random crap.
The Dude Factors. I like that. That's like the Man Show, but way cooler.
It is the
That's
dude.
a great title, Daryl. That's a great title.
All
right, well, we're wrapping this one up. So enjoy your Monday, everybody. Travel safely. If the roads get slick tonight, be safe. Take caution, all that kind of stuff. So, you any final words besides the Dude Factor?
Yeah, it's not a good day to be a Vikings fan.
Not a good day. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget, The Real Shot will be doing a live today at noon from the on the shopping aspect of it all. So check that out on all the pages as well. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.